All right. Meeting is coming to order of the Housing Board of Queen Anne's County. I want to thank everybody for coming. I want to explain what we're doing and why we're here, but I think you probably have the outlines of it, that we are just coming out of executive session, and in the executive session, which is a matter in which the board consults with itself, we accepted with gratitude and appreciation the resignation of Katya Lindsay, and we are in the meeting going to bring up a resolution whereby Queen Anne's County, the government thereof, it will be taking over shared management and the financial responsibility of the operations of the Housing Board of Queen Anne's County. And this has been a not entirely easy transplant to undertake, and I really have to take, it's going to sound a little bit like an Oscars acceptance where, you know, you start thanking your publicist and this and that, but I've had the real help of the board, of Katya, of Todd Mon, who is always a blessing to work with in the aging department. You're the new assigned director of the housing directorship is Mr. Mike Clark. Would you, if you don't know him, you will. He's a gentleman of incalculable niceness. And so that's basically what's going, what we're doing. What's happened is in the Housing Authority, to give you a little background, it's gone 7 years now with no rent increase. And during that 7 years, probably most of the supplies and necessities that it takes to operate it, from electric to heat to staffing to roofs, have doubled in price. And we're now in a situation where, without doing a substantial rent increase, it needs help from the county. But this is not a generosity that's undeserved, because when this authority was put together 15 or so years ago, it was subsidized to several $100,000 a year. That has not been part of the revenue stream for the last years, and Katya somehow managed to keep things together, but it's not possible to continue to operate this without a very substantial rent increase, which we are very well aware on this board, and the commissioners are well aware. Many of the tenants can't afford. So we're going to mediate that as much as the county can facilitate. We're going to keep those rents absolutely as low as can be, and I think we can assure the tenants that it will be affordable insofar as anything is affordable. So let that be the number one resolution of this meeting and board. Secondly, we're going to have a reformed and improved maintenance operation now that the county has provided the basic facilities and funding to get that accomplished. So that's kind of the background of what this meeting is for and about. I'm now going to read a motion whereby the board accepts the county as co-managers of this authority. And I want to say that the Housing Authority Board existing here is not resigning, and we are not ceasing our oversight and shared management, but we are taking in Queen Anne's County as a co-manager and the heavy lifter. And we need to thank the county commissioners of Queen Anne's County, because they're the guys that make this possible. So, the motion. I move that Queen Anne County Public Housing Board authorize the transition to shared management and oversight responsibilities of all Housing Authority properties, projects, programs, and staff with the Queen Anne's County government, and further authorizes the county administrator to appoint the executive director of the Housing Authority. This action is taken to leverage the county government's resources and expertise for the betterment of our community's housing services, ensuring efficient management. Notwithstanding, this motion affirms that the Housing Authority Board concurrently retains all powers and responsibilities vested in them as the Public Housing Authority Board, ensuring their continued governance and oversight role in alignment with statutory requirements. I further move to revise the Housing Authority bylaws to reflect and confirm the managerial and financial shift of the Housing Authority to Queen Anne County's commissioners, commencing with a comprehensive review and update of relevant bylaws to incorporate any other necessary modifications for the efficient operations of the Housing Authority. So can I have a second on that? Any comment? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Passed. That would appear to be that. So I think if any member of the Housing Board wishes to comment on it, this would be a good moment. And if not, I will open the floor to any comments by attendees. Anybody here? Katya?
I don't have anything for the motion, but we do need to approve the meeting minutes from the last board meeting after this.
Oh, okay. Yeah, in my inexperience at this job, which is considerable, forgot to get an okay of the last set of minutes. So would somebody approve the fact that we had a last set of minutes and they accurately reflect?
I move to approve the minutes from the most previous meeting.
So I have approval in a second.
Have a second?
Yeah. Mr. Rick?
Commissioner Crowfelder, how do you vote?
Yes.
Commissioner Sierra, how do you vote?
Yes. Yep.
Commissioner Arns, how do you vote?
Yes.
And Commissioner Wilson, how do you vote?
Aye.
Thank you.
So I think with that ends my thoughts on this. Mr. Mon, do you have any further reflections on this? Or let me then open the floor if anybody in the attendees wants to remark. Please come up, state your name and address, and please. Yeah.
My name is Richard W. Green. I live on 204 Jackson Creek Road in Graysonville. I just recently moved into this area. I married someone from this area, so I'm coming back and forth for a few years. The issue that I wanted to address is that my wife's mother lives in one of the senior living facilities in Graysonville. I think it's called the Graysonville Terrace. And then the conditions, I mean, it's a one bedroom, low income, affordable place for seniors. There were numerous requests for maintenance or some upkeeping of the unit she was living in, and it took. I mean, it was something going on with her bathroom, and that the bathroom was leaking, and then she called someone. It took like a month for someone to come out, and then when it came out, it took like 2 weeks to do something that would take normally 8 hours. You know, I have pictures here of, I'd like to pass out to you, let you see the conditions that's there. This is at Graysonville Terrace. If you want to pass that on over, look at it, and it shows that there was people's kitchens has been torn out. There's one individual in Unit 34 was taken out in August. Till this day, it still hasn't been repaired. That picture is from yesterday. That entire kitchen is taken apart. There's no refrigerator. no running water, no stove. I went to another unit next door. Their windows can't open, or if they do open, they won't stay open. The issues about the gutters, the condition of the wood trim around the homes, they're all unkept. They're rotten. And then it's something that can be done to keep it up is like painting, or even maintenance of the grass, or in that situation. Like I have numerous accounts here. This is my written statements of what occurred. You know, different units that I went to and I seen and I talked to each individual that gives you the unit name and number, not the individual homeowner, the dwellers, but these are the conditions that's in practically every unit. I'm not saying that they're extreme, but they're in need of maintenance, and the maintenance takes so long after the request's been put in. And is there any way that, who can I speak to directly that I can get reassurance that my loved ones and family members are being taken care of, and they're senior living? You know, they're at the twilights right now. They'd like to at least enjoy the remaining time and be able to live in a condition suitable for retirees. These are citizens that gave themselves to, worked every day of their lives, and now they're living. They're old. They're too old to work. Who can I speak to address this? Because I got if they can't help, I have ideas what they can implement that can assist if you need any help. My name is Richard Green. I have a MHIC number. If you need any help, I'm here. If I can speak to someone after this meeting, please.
It's the normal practice of commissioners in public comment to accept public comments and then answer them through the departments and not live, but I'm going to answer you live. The reason we're here is because we're aware that the authority has not had the wherewithal, the funding and the resources to keep the maintenance right. We're here today because we're changing that. I can't take individual complaints and fix them. What we can try to do, and Mr. Mon and the commissioners are trying to do, is to set up something where these things get done, and get done without hitting the tenants with an enormous bill for doing it, because they can't stand that either. So please let me assure you that Mr. Mon and I and Mr. Clark and Ms. Willis are here. This is about to get reformed and redone because we now have more resources to get it done with. So that's as good an answer as I can give you. I cannot handle individual issues. What I can handle is the system whereby those issues do get done. So that's it. All right. What's that?
You've got a sign-up sheet?
Oh. Where, I don't, oh yeah, here we go. All right. So we have Mr. Richard Green. That was you, sir? All right. And here we have,
Me, Terry Gibson.
oh, please. Yeah, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
It looks like my name. Wilson, is it?
Terry
Oh,
Gibson.
sorry.
Hi. I live at 620 Bradley Drive in Centerville. I'm 54 years old, and I've been on this program ever since I was 16 and a half, 17 years old. I am appalled with this program, and I am very surprised because when this meeting came up, none of us, African American, any of us, we all complained. We tried to complain. We tried to get help for ourselves because of the way we're treated. I have always worked all my life, but I'm going to speak for the people that don't have a job, that cannot work, cannot get out. We are treated very disrespectfully by the housing authority. We are talked to any kind of way sometimes when we call. If we do not have the rent money, I have been out of work on several occasions where I couldn't work probably for almost 2 years but yet my rent never changed. I've always paid my dues. And I am surprised, and I hope I'm on live TV, because we have a chance to speak today, and barely no one is here to make a stand. If you can complain, and you can call, and you can talk about the staff, and you can say whatever you want to say about the staff negatively, no one is here to speak. And even down to my own child. So I will speak today. I do not understand, because a lot of us now are out of jobs. People that had good jobs. I have a college education, but yet by the Housing Authority, I am considered nothing. I am considered beneath. When I ask to speak to someone about how I'm spoken to at the Housing Authority, I am told you don't even exist. And one thing I am not is a liar, and I'm looking you in your face. When I started this program many years ago, on the piece of paper, every person's name was there. If you needed someone, and Mr. Mike, I've heard of you, but I could never reach you. I think I might have left you a message one time, a year ago. I think I left you a message. Somebody gave me your number. But we used to be able to reach out. We used to be able to say, hey, can we meet? Can we talk? We used to have the opportunity to sit down in the building with Ms. Donna, with Jack Dads, and address our situations. When we get these eviction notice, when we get these bills, I got a $778 bill. When I said, why? You just got to pay it. My rent has never been under $200 or $300. It's always been $600 to $800 to $900. My income, I make money. 85 to 90% of this income that I bring in as a single mother with 3 kids, barely get food stamps because the county won't, Queen Anne's County don't give me food stamps. Housing should be something to make you grow, empower you, get you on your feet, give you that little piece of space where you can sleep at night. This is just disgraceful. You have all these seniors sitting here. Half of these people pay taxes. Half of them I work with at a senior center right in Sutlersville. And I feel, and I will speak too, because I feel that we should have the right as participants to be treated with respect. And at the end of the day, I have no problem standing here. I don't care what the consequences is, because I work too hard, and before I die, I have decided if I ever had the opportunity to address you, I'm going to stand here and say we should be heard. We pay taxes. I pay taxes enough for 5 different families. And I can afford to stand here today to say what I want to say. I don't like it. The only person that's nice to me in that office, and I'm going to give credit where credit is due, and that is Terry. That is it. Oh, I'm sorry. And this young lady here, we have gotten better because I didn't have my challenges. And I don't feel, when I pick up that phone, I feel if I have an issue where it's not working out, she has someone to go to. She has a supervisor. Okay, fine, you go to that supervisor. It doesn't work out with the director. There's another person. You know what we're told? It ain't nobody. Y'all got to deal with me, or you don't deal with nobody. Well, apparently, there is someone. There's the board. And that's what I wanted to stand here to say. Well, I'm really surprised. There is a board. Of course there's a board. We don't have access to you. Now we have a new director. I don't mean to be negative. I'm glad he's here. I'm a very positive person. I am a Muslim woman, and I'm a God-fearing woman. And I never had nothing negative to say about anyone. But at the end of the day, I feel that we here, and myself, we need to be treated with respect by the Housing Authority. We never had this problem. If anybody know Mr. Daz, Mr. Jack, anybody know Mickey Mooney, anybody knew Miss Donna, we never had this problem, ever. And I'm really ashamed that the community did not come together when you guys gave us the opportunity. Which one voice could pair out 1,000? I could have sat here today and said nothing. How many of these young ladies would have stood up to speak for themselves? Okay, don't be rude. I'm just keeping it real. So thank you for the opportunity, and I'm glad there is a positive and there's going to be an outcome. All we can all do is come together and make it work. Thank you.
Thank you. Miss Linda Brady, please.
it as a prop. My name is Linda Brady. I am the president of the resident council at Terrapin Grove, elected in November of this past year. First of all, I have come to all the meetings. Might have missed one or two. The first one I came to was in September of 2018 in the Housing Authority office. I have a background in property management. I was appalled at what I saw and heard at that meeting. After that meeting, I stayed and I met personally for a few minutes with Rick Serra. And I thanked him for standing up for us, the residents of the facilities. I saw him criticized and belittled, and I've thanked him again for standing with us. I now, and by the way, he truly tries to communicate with both the residents and the housing authority. He brought to the attention that the bylaws stated that the board was in charge and the executive director answered to them. But that didn't happen. I've been at Terrapin Grove for 5 years now, a little over. And it could be a palace. And I thank Percy Thomas over and over for donating that land to the Lions Club, and then the Lions Club to deeding it over to the county. I was not there when the county first run the housing authority, or the properties, I should say. But I've spoken to many, and we have 3 original residents still with us. And they have shared experiences in those days, and it makes me want to sing and dance, but I haven't done that lately. I have heard horror stories about maintenance, and you all have heard horror stories about maintenance. When the maintenance man doesn't know to turn the water off before he starts working on the project, that's bad. That's real bad. And then to blame the owner for getting in his way while he was trying to do his work, that's real bad. And you all know that we have the issues to be corrected. I want to thank Mr. Steve Wilson and whoever put him in touch with me to speak about the conditions and the issues. And I want to thank him for pulling this together. Board members, you have a job ahead of you, and I know you can do it. I thank you all very much. I speak for a lot of the residents who will not stand up in front of a microphone and say what really has happened to them. We have some housing issues as far as somebody being bypassed when they were number 1 on the list. It's incredible. It's wrong. But I have faith that things are going to be positive from now on. I go by the 3 C's: communication, consideration, and caring. I thank you.
Thank you very much. And Mr. Sierra,
Can I say something?
please. Yeah.
One thing about the gentleman a few moments ago, the resident council is an active part of each and every one of our properties. And in terms of, I'm not saying a chain of command, but in terms of, presenting ideas and thoughts, the resident council is a powerful unit, because it's the residents getting together and offering suggestions and whatnot. And I would suggest that in terms of, looking for, looking at these pictures that I saw, And we need to bring these to the resident council if perchance that, you know, we don't recognize them or catch them. Because the resident council, I think, is the feet on the streets, if you will. I mean, you know the attitudes going about, you know everything going on, and the resident council, I think, needs to be a strong part of our authority, not authority system, but us working with the residents, because I applaud what you're doing in Terrapin Grove, and it's something that we need to be doing in every location, so thank you.
That is all the people who have signed up. Do I have any? Oh, I have, please, last row, please. Please, your name and address.
Bonnie Walter, I live at Terrapin Grove, 411. I want to thank you folks for, it's been a while, since 2014 when this nightmare basically started, when the Housing Authority stepped away from the county and providing county information. It's taken a long time, but again, we need to be positive. So perhaps from the Commission on Aging, we want to thank you for thinking about our seniors and moving forward. So it's positive. I know Michael Clark will do a great job, and we are very fortunate to have you take that role on. So thank you on behalf of the seniors.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Tanya Brown, and my address is 122 New Street, Churchill, Maryland. And first and foremost, I want to say that I am from Kent Narrows. So if any of you know the history of the Housing Authority, you know it came through the displacement from the people who lived at Kent Narrows. I was on the Housing Authority board for 20 years, up to 2020. And there has been many changes. I know being an executive director is not an easy job, especially when you inherit some stuff. And so it goes on, and it goes on, and it goes on. But for the people here in Queen Anne's County, the phone calls that I get, like I'm still on the Housing Authority board, is like, it's just disheartening. It's really disheartening to me, the conditions that everybody is saying that they living in, the disrespect that they get by some of the employees at the Housing Authority and all that. It's really disheartening. And I thank God for a change. I truly do, because we get older, we get disabled, life happens. Life is life in it. And people don't want to live in the conditions that they're living in. They want to live. Especially, the elderly, they want to live there. We don't know when each of us might be called home to glory. And we want to be treated with respect and dignity and make us feel like we are somebody. And I just thank God. I know Mike Clark personally, and I know he would do a great job. I know he will. And I know his hands is going to be full just like Kadia's was. And I just pray that you guys can help the people in this county that need your help. That's it.
Thank you. Do I have any more? Looks wonderfully quiet. With that, I will close the public session. And if there is nothing else from my board members, I'll ask for a motion to suspend the meeting.
I'd like to make a motion to suspend the public portion of the meeting.
All in favor?
Second.
Second?
I'll second.
Yeah, we have a second.
Yes.
All in favor? Aye. Yeah. That's it. Thank you.